Hello YouTube. Before we get into this video, I want you to take your finger, push that subscribe button that says subscribe right down below this video, press the bell-shaped button, the bell-shaped icon, and ring that notification bell. That will automatically update you whenever I put out a new video. You won't have to search for it, it'll just pop up on your wall. Hit the thumbs up button to let me know that you like this video. You can go ahead and hit it now because you will like the video. Comment down below after you've watched the video. Comment down below about your thoughts on the video or about thoughts on future content that you would like to see me talk about or make or do, and I'll consider it. Forgive the noise, I live out in the country. So subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, thumbs up the video, comment down below future videos you'd like to see and your thoughts on this or any past videos. Share the video link, share the channel link, get it out there. Love you guys. Let's get into the video. Hello YouTube. I'm going to talk about something that I've already spoken on before. I did a whole video on it called, I think it was called Radical Honesty. But I'm going to talk about it again today because I think it's very, very important to just heavily press this point that you need to be radically honest 100% of the time with people. There's never ever a reason to lie to anyone. Now, that doesn't mean you need to be rude to anyone ever. You can be radically honest and be kind, as well you should be. But you never need to lie. If you need to lie, you are doing something that you should not be doing, or you are divulging information to someone you don't have to and probably should not be speaking to. So when I say be radically honest, there are all kinds of absurd examples that people tried to give me in the past when I say that you need to be radically honest. Like if you were in Nazi Germany and World War II, and Hitler asked you if you were hiding Jews in your basement, and you were, or if you were in America during the Underground Railroads, are you going to be honest about hiding slaves, runaway slaves in your basement, stuff like that. I'm not telling you that you have to tell the government or anyone for that matter anything you don't want to tell them that you think is dangerous to tell them for yourself or for someone else. What I am telling you is do not lie. There's no reason to lie. If someone asks you a question and you don't want to answer it, don't. And obviously, if a dangerous government or dangerous gang or something is asking you questions that your truthful answer will get you hurt or killed, or someone else hurt or killed that doesn't deserve it, don't answer it, or answer it cleverly. But you don't have to lie. As much as possible, eliminate anyone from your life that you would need to lie to in order to keep yourself safe. Now, unfortunately, with the government, that's not possible. You cannot get them out of your life. Most people can anyway. There are ways to, but not easy ways to. But what I'm saying is, you for the most part control the people that are in your life or who are not allowed in your life. If there's someone in your life where when you're doing absolutely nothing wrong and you're honest with them, that it creates a problem, then get them out of your life. Don't lie for them. Don't become a habitual liar because someone else makes themselves dangerous or just combative verbally or physically or anything else to you when you tell the truth. Don't become a liar to cater to someone like that. Just tell the truth and get people out of your life that you don't want to tell the truth to or need to tell the truth to, and then you won't have to lie. Now, there's just never any reason to lie. There are literally people in the world who practice radical honesty, and then there are people in the world because of their religious beliefs, like myself. But then there are atheist people as well that practice radical honesty, that do not lie ever. Some of them are leaning more towards the rude scale, I would say. And I'm not condoning being rude, just to tell the truth. I'm condoning what the Bible calls speaking the truth in love. So just there's no reason to lie to anybody. And here's the thing. Men, I'm talking to you. Even the most honest amongst us, even the most virtuous, honest man, feels prone and has a predisposition to want to lie to women, even about things that aren't wrong, simply because you have been mentally conditioned from birth, 99% of you, that women are your authority figure, and that if they don't agree with what you're going to say or do, that you need to lie to them about it. It doesn't even have to be that someone physically or verbally told you that. It's just how you were raised. If you were raised by a single mother, not saying there's anything wrong with being a single mother, if you kidnapped your children from their father and used threat of government violence and coercion to take them, then there's something wrong with you, and screw you. That's evil. But if you're like a widow, or you genuinely loved some guy and thought he was going to spend the rest of his life with you, and he literally disappeared and ghosted on you after you had a kid, there's nothing wrong with you. I'm not talking about you. But one way or the other, however you became a single mother child, most men in America these days were raised by single mothers. So when you're raised by a single mother, she doesn't have to tell you that you have to bow down and submit to women. It's just naturally the psychological effect that's going to have on you, because obviously you're going to have to submit to your parents when you have a mother and a father, or whether you just have a father, or whether you just have a mother. So if you're a man and you just have a mother, you are taught to submit to a woman without question your entire life. That's just a fact. And that's what your psychological predisposition is going to be with any woman that you are in a close relationship with after that, until you nip that in the bud. If you went to public school, you are psychologically conditioned to, without question, listen to women because who's the teachers in a public school? Let's just honestly be realistic here. Yes, there are exceptions to every rule, but what gender are 99% of teachers in public schools? They're women. Doesn't matter if it's a history teacher, doesn't matter if it's a math teacher, doesn't matter if it's a social studies teacher or science teacher, doesn't matter. They're almost all women. Used to be that all teachers were women, but the principals were men. Now, it's almost, I don't care what public school you walk into, it's almost a certainty, it's almost a foregone conclusion that the principal and maybe even the vice principal are women. Sometimes the principal is a woman and the vice principal is a man, but that in and of itself is teaching male submission to a woman's authority. So if you're a young boy, you have a single mother raising you that you have to obey without question. Then you go to school and you have 50 different women teachers that you have to obey without question, or you will be punished. You got a female principal and vice principal that you have to obey without question, or you will be punished. You got a female gym teacher that you have to obey without question, or you will be punished. She tells you to run 50 laps, you run 50 laps. She tells you to drop and give her 50 push-ups, you do it. If you go to daycare after or before school, who are the ones taking care of the children at the daycare? 9 times out of 10, it's women. Who's the one that owns and leads the daycare? It's women. Summer school, women. Summer camp, usually women. So you as a young male, for the first 18 years of your life, are taught to, without question, obey the arbitrary rules given to you by multitudes of women. Some of them are giving you good rules. Hopefully your mother. My mother gave me good rules, My mother was a single mother. My mother didn't have a choice in hers. So she would be one of the ones that I would speak of earlier, that it's not necessarily a bad thing on her part, but it did psychologically condition me to later on with my wife and with women in general to just do what you're told, or lie about it so that you don't have to. But later on in my older adult years, I started to realize I'm not it's not in my nature to be a habitual liar, and I don't have to be, and I shouldn't have to be. If I want to do something or go somewhere, if I want to go hang out, I'm kind of a hermit and an introvert anyway, but let's say if I want to go hang out with my best friend and I'm not going to be doing anything wrong, I shouldn't have to lie about that. And if telling the truth about that proves over time to be a problem, then the person I'm telling the truth with needs to be out of my life. If you're not doing anything wrong, and if you're honest about what you're doing, and that's a problem, then the problem isn't honesty. The problem is the people you are surrounding yourself with in your life. So if you're a single, unmarried male, for instance, I'll give you an example, and you're with men, you're always honest. But then you find a woman that in your mind and on your scale of attraction is a perfect 10, physically at least. And then you find out she has a lot in common with you, and that she meets your standards other than just physically. And you really like this girl. That girl can tell you straight to your face that she's seeing 10 other men. And you are socially conditioned to say, oh, that's okay, I just need to earn her dropping those men one at a time. But at the same time, you feel the need to lie to her if she asks you, are you seeing any other women? If you are seeing other women, you feel like I need to tell her no. If you ask her number and she says, how many other times have you done this today? You automatically admit it. You automatically feel like, even though I approached 5 other women today and asked their numbers too, and there's nothing wrong with that, I feel like I need to tell her, no, you're the only one I've done that to in my whole life, or today, or this month. You feel like you automatically need to tell her, no, I'm not dating other women. You feel like you automatically need to tell her, no, I don't see other people. While she's telling you the truth that she does that, and you accept that, but you think she can't accept that you are doing that, and she might not accept that you are doing that. Who cares? That's the point of this video. Do not tell the truth because you think it will get you a good reaction. Tell the truth because you can and you should, and who cares about a man or woman's reaction to it? But especially, don't be the kind of person that tells the truth to other men but then feels the need to lie to women, because you are, by doing that, passively implying that a woman is your authority figure, that she would even need to be lied to, like there's some consequence that matters to you if you tell her the truth and she doesn't like it. So if you're a man that wants to see other women, do that. If you're a man who wants to be polygynous, have a polygynous relationship where the woman is monogamous to you, but where you're allowed to have long-term serious relationships with other women openly and honestly, say that. If you're a man that wants to be in a long-term relationship with her, say that. If you don't want to be in a long-term relationship with her and you just want to be her friend, say that. You have no reason to lie to a woman just because she's pretty. You have no reason to lie to a man just because he's strong or powerful compared to you. And you should make sure that no one is stronger than you, or a better fighter than you, or more powerful than you, as so far as you control it anyways as a man, especially if you're ever going to have a wife or kids. You should learn self-defense. You should get your finances in order. You should strive to earn residual income. You should strive to be you should strive to be self-sufficient and self-reliant. Grow as much of your own food, raise as much of your own meat as possible, get well water, pond water, rainwater collection, get solar panels. You should try to get as independent from this system as possible, so that you don't have to worry about, if I tell my boss the truth, he'll fire me. If I tell the electric company the truth, they can cut my electric off. If you don't need those things from people, then it makes it much easier for you to be able to tell the truth. And if you don't need a woman, it makes it much easier to tell the truth as well. If you don't let yourself get emotionally attached in any unhealthy level to any woman, if you are seeing multiple women, if you're a polygamous man in particular that has multiple wives not meaning state government contract relationships, wives meaning like biblically what a wife means. It has nothing to do with the government, a wife. So you can have as many relationships with as many women as you want to. The government can say and do nothing about it as long as you don't get a government marriage license, which I would say, even if you want to be monogamous and have one wife, you should never, as a man, sign that license. That contract has nothing of benefit in it for you, a marriage contract, nothing, zero. That contract is designed for one reason and one reason only, and that is so if you walk away, which you should never abandon a woman in a marriage, but that contract is designed so that if you walk away, you still have to provide for the woman forever. But if she walks away, her part of the contract, whatever y'all agreed to in the marriage, the fact that she has, that she needs to be, sexually active with you, the fact that she, should be cleaning your house, or, whatever y'all's agreement is, taking care of the household, taking care of the kids while you're out making money for her, you're still required, when she withdraws her sex, her house cleaning abilities, her raising your children, when she leaves, when she decides that she's not in love with you, that contract is designed for one reason and one reason only: to force you to keep your end of the marriage vow bargain and not require her to keep her end. So now you're required to continue to financially provide for a woman for the rest of her life that is not having sex with you, that is not cleaning your house, that is not raising your children, that is not doing anything that you agreed to marry her on the basis of. That contract is designed to lock you, and only you, not her, into your half of the agreement while freeing her from it. So even if you're in a monogamous relationship, if you're a man and you sign that contract, you're an idiot. And I don't say that to make fun of you, because I'm a man and I've signed that contract, and I was an idiot, and I pay dearly for it daily, and I will continue to pay dearly for it. And I bet you what, though, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, well, you won't. So not gonna happen. So I will never sign a license like that. So that being said, never again will I sign a license like that. I don't care what the woman says. I don't care if I met my perfect 10 woman today and I felt like I could not live without her. The moment she told me, I will not be with you if you don't sign this contract, I would say, bye, baby. Bye. Because I would explain to her exactly what I just explained to you, that contract is nothing but meant to be a death sentence to you by your enemy once they decide to be your enemy. And if any woman, once you explain that to her, says, well, I want you to sign that anyway, then you know exactly what she plans to be to you, is your enemy. Because if you ask a woman to sign a contract saying that, if a woman asks you to sign a contract saying you will never rape her, that is a perfectly reasonable request for her to ask you to sign that. If you say, I'm not going to sign a contract saying I'm not allowed to rape you, I don't want to sign that. Well, why would you not want to sign that? Do you want to rape her? No, you don't want to rape her. So would you have a problem signing something saying you would not do that and that you'd be punished if you did? Of course you'd sign that, because you don't want to rape her. So if a woman doesn't want to divorce rape you, take 50% or more of your life savings, take most of your residual income, monthly income every month, and kidnap your children and get away with it, she doesn't want to do those things, why would she have a problem with you not signing a marriage license, or requiring a non-nuptial agreement, or signing a cohabitation agreement, or signing some document stating she can't kidnap your children and that if she leaves, the children are staying with you? Why would she have a problem with those things unless she planned on taking your children, your money, and your property? She wouldn't. So if you're in a monogamous relationship or a polygynous relationship, you should never sign a state contract. And if you don't sign a state contract, then you can be in a polygynous relationship, and that's just called having a bunch of girlfriends in the eyes of the law, which is perfectly legal. So don't let anybody tell you it's illegal to have more than one partner romantically in a long-term relationship in this country. It's not. Bigamy is illegal. Bigamy is more than one marriage contract through the government. So don't get any marriage contracts through the government. Problem solved. But like I said, being honest 100% of the time about 100% of things is always best. Even if it ends badly for you, it's always best. Lying is vexing to your spirit, to your mind, to your soul, to your body. You'll never be able to keep up with all of the lies that you had to tell to cover a lie that you told, to cover a lie that you told. Anybody who's ever lied knows this, man or woman. It always comes out. It's always more trouble than it's worth. So just always be radically honest. Always tell people the truth. And men, always tell women in general the truth, because they're the ones you're going to be prone to want to lie to, even when you're not doing anything wrong, just because if she doesn't like it, you know that she will nag you about it. So don't let her nag you about it. Tell her the truth. If she doesn't like the truth, tell her to get lost or to stop nagging you. But that you're not going to put up with her nagging you for telling the truth, and you're not going to be a liar. And set your life up in such a way where you don't need to feel like, if I tell her the truth and she leaves me, I'm stuck with nothing or no one. Be polygynous. Be in a poly relationship where there is a consensual, between adults, consenting adults agreement that they're monogamous to you, that you're polygynous with them and other women that you like, that you do not hide this, that you have them around each other, that they get along with each other, and that that's part of the agreement, that they cannot be contentious with your other relationships. And that way, you don't have to feel like, well, if I tell the truth to Aubrey, then Aubrey can just break up with me and leave me, and then I've been in a relationship with her for 2 years, and I have to start from scratch and go try to meet someone else and start all over when I'm 45 or 31 or 25. You won't have to do that in a polygynous relationship. You say, I'll tell Aubrey the truth, and if she doesn't like it and she leaves, I've still got Amy. And she's still with me. She still loves me. She's still riding and dying for me. So if Aubrey wants to leave, Aubrey can leave. If Aubrey wants to stay, Aubrey can stay. I don't care either way. I'm happy without her, happy with her. I was happy before her. I'm happy with her. I'll be happy after her if there's an after, or I'll be happy continually if she chooses to stay. But you don't have to lie. Just be honest all the time about everything. It doesn't matter what it is. There's no reason to lie. If you literally are doing something that needs to be lied about, either you're doing something wrong, or perhaps you're not doing anything wrong, but you've allowed society or women or men or people in general to condition you to think that something you're doing that is not wrong is wrong. Either way, you either think you're doing something wrong or you are doing something wrong if you feel the need to lie. So get to the bottom of that. Find out if what you're doing is wrong. If it is not arbitrarily, objectively wrong. Not in somebody's opinion, in reality. Like, does the Bible say that the thing is wrong? Does God say that the thing is wrong? If the answer is no, then stop acting like it's wrong and tell the truth. If the answer is yes, it is wrong, then stop doing it. Then stop lying about it still. And even if you do something wrong, you're a human being, you slip, you make a mistake, you do something actually objectively evil, tell the truth. Don't lie about it. Let's say you're a wife or a husband and you have sex with someone outside of your relationship. You go somewhere, that happens. What you did was wrong. If you did that, it's wrong. But so is lying. So just tell the truth about it. If you're a woman, doing that would be adultery. If you're a man, doing that would be fornication, unless you marry through God's definition of marriage, not the government's. Unless you marry the other woman, and what you do with her is wrong sexually. So just admit it. Just tell your spouse, tell your partner what you did. Tell them how it happened, why in your mind it happened. Don't make excuses for it. Just tell them what happened. Say, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. This is what happened. I apologize. It was wrong. But I'm not going to lie to you. Now do whatever you feel the need to do about it. And they might leave you. They might not. They might respect you because you told them the truth. Some people will like you more for that, because at least they know you are not lying to them, and they don't have to spend most of their life's energy investigating you like some kind of PI, like some kind of private investigator. Most people will be refreshed by your honesty. Obviously, they'll be more refreshed by your honesty if you're also honest and virtuous and don't do anything wrong and you're honest. But even if you do something wrong and you're honest about it, it's much less vexing on a person if you just tell them the truth, and then they can just decide what they're going to do about it. So never lie to women. Never lie to men. Never lie to your wife or your romantic partner that you're courting. Never lie to your husband or to your romantic partner, male partner that you're courting, women. Just never lie. There's no reason for it. It's a stupid thing to do that you have been taught is normal, and there's nothing normal about it. There's nothing normal about looking up at the sky and telling someone when it is a bright cloudless day and the sky is blue and telling them that it is orange. There's nothing normal about that. That's stupid. It's crazy. It's weird. So stop lying to people. Stop doing things that you think need to be lied about, or stop thinking that those things need to be lied about, and just tell the truth. Always be honest. Always do what you know is right to do. And if you slip up and do something wrong, tell the truth about it. Man or woman up. But don't lie. There's never ever a reason to lie to anyone about anything. So that's all this video is about. People, stop lying to people. Men, stop subconsciously submitting to women because you were raised by a mother and 500 female teachers and female daycare workers and female principals and female summer school teachers and female summer camp instructors, and start realizing that you're a man, and that no matter what this society tells you, no matter what anyone tells you, you are designed to be the leader of your family, of your wife, of your children, period. And anybody that tells you otherwise, exile them from your life, period. And anybody that doesn't like that requirement when you meet them, that's a woman, exile them from your life, period. Have no dealings with women who are not okay with the natural, in nature and in the Bible order, of husband, father, wife, mother, children, authority-wise. That's the natural order. Do not allow people in your life that do not accept that. Do not argue with people about it. Get them out of your life, and you will be a much happier man that never needs to lie, because you won't have to lie to a woman who knows her proper place in the world is to submit to her husband, to her man, so he can tell her whatever he wants to tell her that is not evil, and she will not nag him about it, and she will respect him for his honesty and for not really caring about her opinion over what he knows to be right, and who is always telling her the truth. She will reward that behavior because it's commendable and reward-worthy behavior in the mind of a real woman. And any woman who tries to punish that behavior, you need to punish by exiling them from your life. So, point of the video, always be honest, 100% of the time, radical honesty, but speak the truth in love. Say the truth lovingly, not with intent to hurt, not in a cruel way, but always speak the truth. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel by hitting the button that says subscribe down below. Also hit the button that looks like a bell, the bell-shaped icon, ring that notification bell. Hit the thumbs up button to show that you like the video. Comment down below about this video and about any ideas you want for future videos. Share this video. Share this channel link. And let's spread the news.